Hello, my name is Tom Stiles and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 109. As you can tell, I'm outside. And what I wanted to attempt to do, and it could be a total disaster wipeout, is show you an external antenna. This is it's about 23 feet long, and it's on a reel, so you can reel it up and reel it out, store it away. And I'm using, right now, I'm using the Grundig G3 shortwave radio. I don't know if it's showing up at all on the camera. And what I'm going to attempt to do is show if there's any improvement by using an external antenna in this radio. Now, I did a review of this radio a couple of shows ago, and without an external antenna, I was getting all kinds of reception. Now, keep in mind, it's about 1:30 in the afternoon, so not a good time to do shortwave listening. But I had to come outside because I didn't have a room in the house that didn't have a lot of electronic noise going on that I could run this test. So I had to go outside, get away from the electronics, and string this antenna up. And the other thing is I didn't have a room that was void of electronics that was big enough that I could string this out the whole 23 feet that it has available. So anyway, here goes. So we're on, I got this radio on, I'm going to turn the volume up. And I've tuned it to WWV at 20 megahertz. Okay, it just announced the time, so you won't hear anything for another 60 seconds or less. So we're going to sit here, and I can hear a clicking sound, which is their normal clicking sound. So I don't know if you're picking this up. I don't even know if you're even picking up my audio. But anyway. And this is with the external antenna. So it's coming in quite good. Going to reach the minute. Okay, that was the minute. I don't know if you heard the audio where the guy says it's coming up on whatever time is GMT. So that's receiving pretty good. Take my word for it. You may not be able to hear it. So I'm going to disconnect the external antenna. So now it's using the telescopic antenna. I can still hear the clicks coming from WWV. Now again, the other thing is shortwave, especially during this time of day, conditions can change and reception can change in a heartbeat. So it's still coming in good. I really okay, there's the beep. Now, I didn't see much improvement using an external antenna. Now, what some of the, I'll call them higher end, and I think this is considered medium or above quality radio based on my testing, is what they do, especially anything that has an external jack for an antenna. What they typically do, and I want to put this telescopic thing back down so I don't break it off, is when you hook an external antenna, it bypasses a front-end RF amplifier to protect that amplifier, which is very sensitive. They make it very sensitive so you can get good reception. They bypass that so that you don't blow it out. I'm guessing that possibly this radio is doing that, and therefore you're losing the amplification that you would get from that RF amplifier when you were on the telescopic antenna when you plug in an external antenna. Now the other thing I just noticed, because I got plenty of light out here, is that when I plug in, where it went, when I plug in the external antenna, and you'll never be able to see this, but just believe me, trust me, when I plug this in, there's a little, I'll plug it in so I can see it, there's a little indicator, not an indicator, but what do you want to call it, down on the bottom here under the S meter that reads EXTANTA, excuse me, external antenna. So it knows when you plug that in. The radio knows that. So I'm guessing that's why I'm not seeing any difference. And the nice gentleman that bought this radio for me, he has reported the same thing. He sees no effect by using one of these 23 feet long wire antennas, plugging it in, versus the built-in antenna. And I'm guessing that is because of the fact that when you plug in the external antenna, you lose that little preamplifier. Now, what I did is I brought my other radio. This is the, again, I did a review on this. This is the Radio Shack AM FM shortwave radio, travel radio it's called. It sells for about $39. I picked it up at a thrift store for $5, and it works quite well. Now I'm going to turn it on somehow, and the volume, I haven't used this in a while. Where's the volume? No, there's the volume. Okay, the volume was already all, yeah. Okay, we're going to go to, put the telescopic antenna on, and I'm going to go to DX, make sure I'm in DX. Yep, I'm in DX. Okay, I don't hear anything but noise. Now, this particular, and I'll put the link on in my description, this particular antenna comes with, besides having this nice jack that in the other radio plugs directly in to that external antenna jack, it comes with this adapter. Plug this into the adapter, you probably can't see that. And then it has a clip for radios that don't have that, so you can clip the antenna onto the radio. Now, so far, and I'm guessing this radio doesn't have that front end amplifier that it bypasses when you plug in an external antenna, because it's not really made to plug in an external antenna. It's a little warm down here in Florida. All I hear is noise. Luckily I'm under the shade tree. Okay, down to 21, 20.8. Oh, this is exciting stuff. And now here comes a train. Oh, okay. I have to wait for the train to go by now. Anyway, it's coming in loud and clear. So I'm going to just... Okay. That's coming in loud and clear. Now I've got the external antenna, so I'm going to disconnect that. And the signal is totally gone. The signal is, when I disconnected that, the signal just went away. And I could wait for another, now a plane goes over. Doing videos outside is not a good idea. So anyway, as you can see, now you can't hear anything. I can hear noise, a little bit of noise. It's pretty quiet, but a little bit of noise. But I don't hear the ticking of the WWV clock or nothing. So I'm gonna hook this back up. loud and clear. So this makes a lot of difference using this radio with an external antenna. Right at this very minute, right at that very moment there, I was actually getting better reception as far as signal strength and readability on this radio than I was the Grundig. Now again, you have to keep in mind that conditions are changing constantly, so if I went back to the Grundig right now, it may be as strong. Matter of fact, I'll do that real quick kind of as a wrap up. So anyway, what that shows you is these cheaper shortwave radios that don't have an external antenna jack, which means it doesn't have the circuitry to bypass an RF amplifier that this one doesn't have, that the other one does have. Really, the reception is improved greatly by using even this external 23-foot antenna. Now this particular one I think was on sale on Amazon for like $7. $7. And it came with the this particular one came with this little adapter jack, so you could use it either plug in directly into your radio with an external antenna jack, or use this thing and clip it on the antenna like I just did on the Radio Shack. Okay, to finish up here, I'm going to turn this, the Grundig back on, extend its antenna, turn the volume up, turn it back in. Now listen. Okay, it has, the signal has increased on this one due to conditions changing. So basically what I've observed in this simple little crude test is this is retail is $39.95, does not have an external jack. This retails for $100, $95. It has an external jack. There's no improvement using the external jack on this radio, using that particular antenna. Using the external antenna and clipping it onto the telescopic antenna here improved it to the point it was, the reception was as good as this more expensive radio. Draw your own conclusions. So that's the show for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, I need another sun.